Hi, John with Diode Dynamics. Today we'll be installing our SS5 grille and bumper kit on this 2017 Ford Raptor. Let's get started. To begin our installation, we're going to pop the hood. Then we're going to be removing this plastic trim panel from next to the headlight. We'll need a plastic trim removal tool because we'll have one clip up top, and then we can separate the panel from the vehicle. Next, we'll be removing this plastic cover from on top of our radiator core support. We'll need a trim removal tool to remove 10 plastic clips. With that plastic cover out of the way, we can now disconnect our wiring harnesses and washer fluid line using a plastic trim removal tool, and then we can take a 10mm socket and remove 4 screws from the top of the grille. Next, we'll remove 3 plastic clips along the side of the grille and then one 8mm screw at the bottom of the grille. We'll repeat this on both sides of the vehicle. Now we're ready to remove the grille. We simply need to lift up and pull it away from the vehicle. Now we're ready to install our brackets. We'll grab a 13mm wrench because we'll be removing 2 bolts behind the bumper. Now we can drop our bracket in place. We'll be securing it using 1 factory bolt on the inboard slot and 1 bolt included with our kit on the outboard slot. We'll repeat the same process to install the other bracket on the opposite side of the vehicle. Now we're going to show you how to install our SS5 bumper kit. If you're installing our SS5 grille kit, then you can skip ahead by using the timestamp below. We'll start by taking our SS5s and assembling it to our universal bracket. First, we're going to be threading in our set screws on the hole closest to the bottom of our SS5s using a 2.5mm Allen key. And then loosely thread our 5/32 bolt with washers through the bracket into the sides of our SS5 on both sides of the pod. Now we're ready to route all of our wiring. Since we're installing our SS5 bumper kit, we'll be using our included heavy-duty dual output harness. Now you can route the wires however you see fit, just make sure you connect to a ground and a 12-volt power source. For our SS5 bumper kit, you'll be able to control your pods by a 3-way toggle switch or your factory switch bank. For our application today, we'll be hooking up to our factory switch bank. You can choose any aux switch for the main beam signal since there's a relay on the harness with direct battery power. We'll be going with aux 4 for our vehicle. We'll insert the wire coming from the vehicle into the yellow power input wire on the harness and secure it using a standard crimp tool. Next, we'll connect our backlight activation wire to any 5-amp aux switch on the vehicle. For our application, we're going with aux number 5. We'll insert the wire from the vehicle into the blue power input wire on the harness and secure it using our crimp tool. Now that our wiring's been routed, we can reinstall our grille by reversing the steps we used to take it apart. With everything put back together, we can now install our SS5s. We'll need to drop our carriage bolt through our universal bracket and then through our Raptor bracket, and then secure it using a washer, lock washer, and a 13mm nut. Now we can repeat the same steps on the other side of the vehicle, making sure we leave everything hand tight so we have room for adjustment later. After that, we can connect both of the DT connectors into the back of the SS5s. Next, we can make our final aiming adjustments. Once we have that where we like, we can tighten everything down using a 13mm wrench and a 5/32 Allen. To install our grille kit, we'll be using our heavy-duty single output harness. Now you can route the wires wherever you see fit, just make sure you connect to a ground and a 12-volt power source. For our grille kit, you'll be able to control your light bar by a 3-way toggle switch or your factory aux bank. For our application today, we'll be hooking up to our factory aux bank. You can choose any aux switch for the main beam signal since there's a relay on the harness with direct battery power. We'll be going with aux 4 for our vehicle. We'll insert the wire coming from the vehicle into the yellow power input wire on the harness and secure it using a standard crimp tool. Next, we'll connect our backlight activation wire to any 5-amp aux switch on the vehicle. For our application, we're going with aux number 5. We'll insert the wire from the vehicle into the blue power input wire on the harness and secure it using our crimp tool. After routing all our wiring, we can then reinstall our grille by reversing the same steps we used to take everything apart. Then we can take our SS5s and assemble them into a light bar using our CrossLink system. It's important to note, for the 2017 to 2020 Raptor kit, we'll be assembling our SS5 CrossLink Lightbar into a curved configuration using the second notch on our CrossLink sections. If you'd like to see a detailed video on how to do this, you can check the video link in the description below. With that assembled, we can grab our low mount brackets, our newly assembled SS5 light bar, and head to the front of the vehicle. Now we can mount our low mount brackets to our Raptor brackets using our provided 3/16 Allen bolts and 10mm flange nuts. You want to make sure the 2 holes on our low mount bracket line up with the slot on our Raptor bracket, and the flat portion is facing towards the front of the vehicle. Now we can mount our light bar. To start, we'll thread one 10mm flange screw through the center hole on either side of the light bar. Then we'll tilt the light bar upward and tighten down the end bolt and the pivot mount using a 5mm Allen. Next, we can thread in the rest of our 10mm flange screws, leaving it hand tight so that we have room for adjustment later. Then we can tighten down the end bolt on the other side of the light bar. After that, we'll plug in our DT connector and make our final aiming adjustments. Then we'll tighten everything down with a 3/16 Allen and a 10mm wrench. Not only are SS5s the highest intensity 5-inch pod on the market, but whether you went with our bumper or our grille kit, you'll get an absolutely insane amount of added light output while off-roading. Along with that output, you'll also get a backlight feature with 8 selectable color options. These kits were designed, tested, and assembled right here in St. Louis, Missouri with durability in mind and are backed by our 8-year warranty. If you're looking for an SS5 kit for your vehicle or any of our other products, visit our website at diodedynamics.com or use our dealer locator tool to find a dealer near you. And if you want to stay up to date on any newer future products, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching.